Welcome back to another episode of Shoot You Pull, and this time we're looking at one of the craziest banner we've ever had. Honestly, I completely forgot we even had a Christmas banner until they announced it again. We get one every year, but the gap between them is so long that by the time it comes back, I always forget it existed. Anyway, this year's threat banner is nothing like the one we've seen before. In fact, this thing can basically fix any account with just 60 pulls. Here's how it works. Just like the previous Christmas banners, you don't pull for character directly. Instead, you pull for golden thread. Once you secure a thread, you can open it for any of the character inside of its thread pool. The difference is that in the past banners, you could only get one thread with a pity of 40. But this time, you can get 2 threads, and each one only has a 30 pity. The first thread includes Fatutu and a few others, and the second one features Flatter Page and a few others. So, with just 60 pulls, you can walk away with 2 of the most universal support in the entire game. Both perfect for any follow-up teams. And let's be honest, the game we are playing might as well be called Follow-up 2000 at this point. Flatter Page guarantees crit on every follow-up attack and casually hands over 100% damage bonus. She also pairs insanely well with the upcoming True Limit character Barrow, who's not just benefiting from the follow-up focus buff, but also get help with her stacking when your team triggers follow-up attacks. And Fatutu is honestly just cracked. She's both an amazing sustain and also an amazing debuffer for follow-up teams, while also providing a constant source of debuff removal. If you're missing both of them and you've got some spare pulls, I'd seriously consider going in on this banner. I'd even say if you are a new player missing both Fatutu and Flatter Page, it is worth skipping the 2 new characters this patch, including Rubuska. Now, before we move on, there is one more thing I want to bring up about this banner. The preview version of this banner doesn't mention whether you can or cannot get the same golden thread twice. That line might just be missing by mistake, or maybe there really isn't any protection against dupes. We won't know until it goes live. If there isn't a dupe protection, it could be better to just get 1 thread and move on. If there isn't dupe protection, it could be better to just get 1 thread and move on, assuming you're really not interested in their portraits or other character on the thread. And by the way, since people tend to ask, the Christmas banner will go live on the 20th, which is about a week and a half into the patch. Now, let's talk about the new character coming this patch. First up, it's Rubuska, a blood type healer with both strong active healing and a passive healing in her kit. In a way, her passive healing works similarly to Euphoria Sotheby, where she passively heals your team when enemy attacks, up to 3 times per turn. She also brings a passive max HP buff to the whole team, which makes everyone safer against one-shot while giving Nautica a noticeable bump in the damage she does since her skilling depends on HP. On top of that, Rubuska provides extra crit to the team, and unlike Fatutu's debuffs, her buffs ain't tied to follow-up attacks or locked to a single target. Her ultimate pushes things even further by granting an additional max HP increase to one ally, which Nautica benefits from the most, increasing her burst potential. And even with all of this, I'm still not going to call her a must pull for everyone right now, especially if your unilog are kinda tight. The reasoning comes down to really 2 points. First, Rubuska delivers a major upgrade, but that's only for Nautica. While she's still a great general healer outside of it, her buff doesn't stand out nearly as much for any other team. Second, and I might be wrong, but it looks like the half anniversary patch is arriving 1 patch early, meaning the next True Limit character could be closer than expected, so safe right now is pretty smart to do. With that being said, if you really just need a good healer right now or you want to see your Nautica hitting harder, do still pick her up. Now for the second new character coming this patch, Corvus. She's basically the new Windsong, a unit built specifically for Mains Bulletin, especially the updated version releasing right after next patch. Compared to Winsong, Corvus is much simpler to play. The trade-off is that she loses some of the flexibility Winsong had. With Winsong, you could force a 3-turn burst with a very specific rotation, giving her a bit more viability outside of mains. Corvus starts out doing pretty much no damage for the first few turns. She has to ramp through each dynamo array before she actually comes online. You won't really feel her damage until around turn 7 or 8, and by turn 16, she will be out damaging most of the character in this game. Because she takes so long to ramp up, she isn't very practical outside of mains bulletin, and let's be honest, not everyone even cares about mains. On top of that, the next patch is bringing a new dynamo character, Broom, who performs way better in fights under 10 turns. Kind of funny consider everyone originally thought the character would be Corvus' support. Overall, I give Corvus a skip for now, but if you're the type who loves pushing for high scores in mains bulletin, Corvus is built exactly for you. Just make sure you're running Charon alongside of her. She needs him for her rotation to actually be good. Now for this patch's Euphoria banner. To be honest, there isn't anything here that's really meta defining. Even with the discount and the guaranteed 50/50 on your first roll per patch, I don't think the value is particularly strong this time. That's not saying the Euphoria themselves are bad. In fact, A Knight is one of the best we've seen in a while. His grand stage clearing power is actually just crazy, but when it comes to making your overall account stronger, this banner just doesn't bring much to the table. So, for me, this is one of those rare patches where I give the Euphoria banner a full-on skip verdict. And lastly, let's take a look at the Scam banner. This one features 2 key impromptu characters, and if you look at the Golden Thread banner as well, Barcarola is in that, so technically you could walk away with a full impromptu team this patch, which honestly you shouldn't be trying to do right now. Don't get me wrong, I actually like impromptu team a lot. They are one of the more auto-friendly setup in the game, right next to Blood Tithe. Even though they do have a rotation, they still put out decent damage on auto, and Kiparina's passive sustain is genuinely nice to have. I just don't think they're worth the risk Scam banner has. If you're just missing Barcarola, it could be good to pick her up from the Thread banner. But if you are missing the other 2, I think it's much smarter to just instead save for the upcoming True Limit patch with Burrow and Broom. Now that I'm looking back at everything I just said, this entire video is basically me telling you to skip for the next patch, isn't it? Oh boy. But honestly, you can't blame me. Our first playable mother is coming, and that alone is enough reason to start hoarding. Anyway, let me know what you are planning to pull this patch. Are you saving? Going for Thread? Maybe grabbing a niche unit just because you like them? I'm curious what everyone is doing. And as always, this has been SteamBunX. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.